This is Samantha speaking, and I hope you guys are having a great time and having a wonderful Saturday. Okay, so um, remember to always look at my stuff if you guys want to see something really awesome there, like some artworks, maybe some uh, 3D animations there. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and enjoy, which is the most important thing. So, what's gonna be like for this special day? The chat time. So, what's gonna be like that? Okay, so let's start by talking with Cameron. And guess what? He is here. So, hello, Cameron. Welcome. Okay, so what happened during Saturday? Yeah. Let's just say that YouTube just got a little hot there. Woohoo! Hot like summer. Okay, so welcome, Rex. Okay, hot like summer. Yeah. Jokes aside, it has been a little spicy. Due to the pictures that Cameron did, to which I found it really interesting, funny even. Although I have to say that things just went a little like overboard. So how um so let's just go straight ahead with that topic, shall we? Okay, so um yeah, I have been telling you, Cameron, that yes, you need to be careful um whenever you you know whenever you promote your own channel on my streams, you need to be careful. YouTube does not allow that. I've been telling you that a lot of times, and if I want to see your content, I look there and I'm going to look at it. Yes, I saw the video you did there, and this is the reason why I went straight for this topic for the chat time. Okay, yeah, I understand that my best buddy, what he did uh, was a bit too much. Yes, was a bit too rough. But I can't blame him for that. And Cameron, before you tell him that he's a hater or something, I think first of all you need you need to learn the person. Like, you need to understand the person before you come with wrong judgments. Um, yeah, for example, I don't come up with this kind of topic often because, again, I most of the time I try to avoid it. I try to avoid it. Because, well, I don't want to make hill judgment on anyone. And Cameron, I understand your feelings, and trust me, when I was about your age, I was just like you. Didn't like to take heavy criticism. Yeah, I was like that too. And some people used to, when they say that it's criticism, most of the time was not criticism at all. It was trash talking, or completely crashing every person's hope. And that's not criticism. Criticism is like this. It's constructive. Yes, there are some negative points. Yes, but you need to have the basics. Like, you need a support in order for you to make criticism, because criticism is not like trash talking. It's completely different. criticism is completely different. Because professionals who do criticism, they study the topic, like they study the content before they say something. And if they say something, that's because they first have studied the subject, and then they go with the criticism. This is called constructive criticism. And anything that is outside of this kind of criticism is not criticism. It's called trash talking. And that kind of stuff, no, we should never give ears or attention to such things, because most people who do that kind of stuff is just people who are jealous of our work, who are basically like they're basically jealous, or they just don't want you to be happy. As long as you're happy with your stuff, yes. However, in this case with Cameron, he was doing like what a fan would basically do, was like, showing some appreciation, like doing a picture of something. Yeah, Rex, trust me, I know some people. I don't want to say the words. I don't want to accuse anyone, because again, I'm doing a live stream, and even if I wasn't doing a live stream, it is best to not mention. This is really important when it comes to make videos, or when it comes to make live streams. Do not mention people for the negative points. The reason why is because those negative points will make people have a ill judgment of someone, even if that someone is a person who they don't know for certain. So, yeah, for example, in this case, it's Alex. He's my best buddy. He's hard sometimes to understand. Yes, he is, but so am I. And I'm not perfect. No one is. We all have our bad moments, and trust me, I had bad moments as well. Like, oh my gosh, like yeah. I mean, yes, like Alex said, and welcome Alex to the stream, to the live stream. I mean, I'm not perfect, and trust me, I did a lot of things that I regret, like seriously, that I regret, and sometimes made me cry, uh, because it was really rude of my part. But hey, that's all part of learning. You see, learning is a huge bunch of mistakes that you do during your life, and you learn to be a better person if you know how to identify those mistakes, and find a solution to make sure that those same mistakes do not repeat themselves. um, for example, when I was young, I used to be um, like a kind of person who wanted always attention. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I used to be like that. A lot of attention, and people who didn't understood me. I always think of them as bad guys, but no, it's not like that. It's completely different. It's not always white and black. You see, it's not always white and black. It's not that simple. It's more complex than it looks. Um, because again, you cannot judge the person just by the words they use. In order for you to judge a person, you would first need to understand them better. And Alex, for example, yeah, Alex did a wrong, like a wrong, not wrong. what's the word? He choose his words poorly. Yes, but the main reason he did that was a good cause. Like he was defending my OCs and his OCs. Um, do I have fault on this? Yes, I do. Even though it's not directly, it is indirectly. The reason why is because I made the mistake to not let my fans know about the biography, the bios that Alex and I did together. And Alex has been he has been working day and night, hours and hours with those bios, and I really appreciate his work. Like who he did a fantastic job with that, and he's still updating some of the bios from both ROCs, and I'm loving his work so far. Um, yeah, some people can be really touchy, and that's the thing. Me and Alex, when it comes to ROCs, when people use ROCs wrongly, we can be a little touchy. You see, we can burn too quickly. Yeah, I'm trying to make this enjoyable as possible. I'm not going like like being totally serious because well I don't want that. My channel is not about being too serious like like a pro, like saying you did wrong or something like that. No, I want to take things like like calm, like enjoyable, because this is what I like to do when it comes to chat times, is because I want people to enjoy the chat time, even if the topic is a little tough one. Um, so yeah, Cameron, I have to say that yes, you as a fan, you did good. Yeah, you did some lovely pictures with your own talent, with your own skills. Yes, I mean, for example, I do stuff for others, yes, and I use my skills for that, because I always like to make others happy. And Cameron, I'm really happy that you're doing just that. You're following the same steps as I did. Although yes, it would be best for you to, of course, learn a few things before going straight ahead with something. In this case, it's my OCs or Alex OCs. For example, the reason why we both use our OCs is because, of course, before we could use them on the public, we had to you know we had to work on a way, because again, this is not something that was made from day to night. This is some really hard work. Like me and Alex, we work it so hard on our Cs, and we are still working. It's a constant work, day after day, with our OCs. It's something that is never finished. Because when we think it's finished, there's always something that we need to fix. There's always something that we need to fix our OCs, and and we're constantly updating the BIOS. Although I need to update the BIOS of some of my OCs, which are unfortunately outdated for a long time. So yeah, sure thing, Cameron. I mean, what you did is not horrible. Come on, man. I really like what you did. Yes, I really like what you did. Although what I really feel sad about you is because you always come to my streams, and you're always talking about your stuff. I mean, keep your stuff on your own channel, and you don't have to fill my stream with with talking with about your stuff. every single hour. I understand that you want people to watch your stuff, but hey, you don't have to do it like in every stream that I do, because I don't do that to others. And trust me, that's something you should learn because YouTube does not allow it. For example, I can tell people to follow you. Yes, because I'm a host. Yes, I'm a host. Like I'm the one controlling the live stream, and I don't want to kick anyone out of the live stream. That's not my purpose. I don't want that. I try. I'm really patient. Like, ooh, I'm really patient. I've been telling you this a lot of times, Cameron. And trust me, if I was someone else, like, like any other stream, I think the third time you would do that, they would basically ban you. But I don't do that because I am a very patient guy. Um, yep. Yeah, but and I understand what Alex said. I understand you guys, but the reason why I'm talking about this topic is because, well, I don't want to. Yes, to most of us, oh, to all of us, Cameron, big or small, YouTube does that to everyone. For example, if you look at okay, I'm going to give an example of my channel. I'm not like a person who always think about my stuff only. No, 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 no. I'm not that selfish. Although I'm going to be a little selfish when it comes to my example. Um, if you look at the channel, when I created this channel, was because of one thing. A lot of animators who did GTS content, like how I'm doing right now, although my laptop is having the issue, which you guys know already because I talked on another video about it. Um, but let's get onward with this example. Um, a lot of animators just gave up on YouTube. Are they still in here? Yes, they are. But they are on Twitter. They're no longer on YouTube. The reason why is because, like Cameron said, YouTube back then began to be strict with rules. And, like if you don't follow YouTube's rules, you're cut off. And as a YouTuber, and as someone that now I'm a partner of YouTube, um, I need to follow the rules. I need to be extremely careful with my words. One word that can be wrong interpreted, like that can be interpreted in a wrong way, um, will cause my video and even my channel to be in trouble. My video would basically be banned from YouTube. That's the one thing, and the second would be my channel's monetization would be removed. The third thing would be that my channel would be at the risk of vanishing. That's something that a lot of people don't want to. Neither do I, because, well, you guys have seen all the stuff that I've done so far, and I did all that stuff for you guys, not for myself. Because hey, I as long as you guys enjoy it, I'm super happy. Because what I do is not for myself. Yeah, I do receive money from the videos, but that's not true. Like that's not the that's not the first object, the first objective from my channel. And here's something funny. I say my channel, but deep down, it's no longer mine. It's all of yours. And I always like to support small channels. Yes, like how I did with Cameron, and I'm happy that his channel is growing. Yes, it's good, but again, I don't have to always promoting other channels. That's up to me. As the host, it's up to me to decide whether or not should I promote some other channel to help that other channel. Uh, for example, I did in the past. I talk about Nash Taters. Nash Taters is a really good channel uh, who shows content from War of Division, and he's a small worker, like a small YouTuber, and I really understand about the small YouTubers because before I was a big one, um I was a small one. We always start from the bottom. Every single YouTuber starts from the bottom. That's no exception. And if I don't look at someone's content, it's not because I don't want to watch it. That goes for you, Cameron. The reason why is because I'm busy. Like, whoa, right now I have like I've been working at school, and true, I am studying web design. The reason why is because I want my YouTube channel to get better in a way that would be, that would be more interactive, because I really love to have interaction with the viewers. I love that. That's exactly what I always wanted for my channel. Is for people to feel that this channel is not just mine but also yours. It's like feeling yourselves at home, as long as, of course, you respect the rules. And I have one rule only, which is respect each other, whether it's inside live streams or outside it. That's the only rule I have. Anything else, it's up for you guys to decide. But the only rule I give is just this one: the respect. Um, and for example, if you want to use my OCs or any others OCs, um, sure, go ahead. Feel free to do so. I really love when fans do that for me, and I mean, I really, if I had like, the paper of Cameron's speech right next to me, I would show everyone and say, this is a good example of a fan. Yes, it is a good example. Um, it is a good example of a fan. But for you to understand, okay, just a moment. I need to look at the chat right now. Mm-hmm. Uh, it's okay. It's okay, Cameron. You don't have to apologize. Again, you what you did was like any other fan would. And I really appreciate. I'm not criticizing you at all. No, I am grateful. I am really happy that you actually did that. I like your pictures. Yes. And of course, your style is completely different than mine, but that's like, any artist has their own style. And and everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and we got to respect and understand that. At least that's my point of view. But I understand who have different points of views of that. As long as, of course, it's not disrespecting the artist. True. Like, for example, if you guys look at what's behind me, as you guys can see, these are old pictures that I did in the past. I no longer do those because, of course, I do on digital. Sorry for the camera going by, but as you guys can see behind me, those are old pictures that I did in the past. That I no longer can do that because, well, of what's going on lately. So yeah, and why would I do something on paper when I cannot sell it? Because, well, um, I do artworks, and sometimes it's, what did you do? Yes, Rex, I did these pictures. Yes, if you look at them behind me, there's my signature right over here. Let me just switch so that you guys can see it properly. Okay, let me just adjust the camera. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is my signature back in the day. As you can see, Pedro Sacramento. If you look at here, Pedro Sacramento. This is from 2015. So if you look at it, 2015 was at the um, the year. Well, it was these pictures are from 2015, and as you guys can see, at that time was when I started to go for the arts class. And since then, you guys can see how I've been improving, especially with the digital artworks, because back in the day, digital artworks were zero. Welcome, Dragon Knight. Welcome to the chat and welcome to the live stream. How are you? So, yeah, this is a great example that artists can always get better at their artworks, and they always can improve as long as the artist is willing to do so. That's great to know, Dragon. That's great to know. So yeah, I mean, for example, yes, like for example, yeah, Cameron. I'm not saying that he draws really bad. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, I used to draw really bad back in the day, so I understand how artists can be easily criticized when when their artworks don't look so good. Um, but that's basically that's a really wrong. That's a bad way to analyze an artist. What you Yeah, like for example, some people can't draw properly, but again, that's a talent that is inside us. A talent is born with you. Like for example, you want to draw, but drawing only won't give you the results that you want. First, you need to have talent. Second, you need to learn the skills. There's tons of skills, and trust me, you don't have to learn all of them. Just learn the ones that you feel like it's special for you, and you feel like you're most used to it. For example, uh, I really like giantesses, so I go for perspective. I go with pause. I go with with that kind of feeling that you look up and you see that the girl or the woman is really large compared to you. That kind of ah wee sensation. I really love that, and I really feel really happy when people are saying, "Whoa!" I feel I feel really happy when they give the reaction, and make me laugh in a good way because that's exactly what I want. I want people to enjoy the stuff, and that's what the artist, in my opinion, only because there's a lot of opinions from other artists which are acceptable because, well, they have a lot more experience than I do. But as an artist myself, I do stuff for people to enjoy. I don't do stuff for money. That's something that I always learned from the let go, uh, from the first thing that came to my mind. The reason why is because I have examples of people who have a lot of money and then don't feel happy at all with that much money in their hands. And I'm basically like that. Okay, if my channel would be super famous, which is starting to become super famous, and I'm really happy to see that. But I'm going to keep myself being myself. You see, as long as I'm myself, I'm totally fine, as long as my objective stays. And it's not like the my objective is not my channel being super famous. No, my primary objective is for people to enjoy, any person who is a subscriber or not, to enjoy the content that I do. And I always want to do that because, well, I want people to feel, to feel like normal people, Chinese and giants, can live harmony together. And I'm happy if I find some fans saying that it's thanks to what I did from the past that they gain courage to come up with a picture, or even starting doing a 3D animation with the topic that I began in the first place. um, and I'm really happy if someone mentions that. Because, well, that means that my job as a YouTuber is being a success because I am giving my own ideas and my own works for others to use as references for them to follow as well. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the chat because I want to keep things. Uh, I want to keep track on things here because I don't want this to be monologue. I want this to be a dialogue, or multi dialogue basically. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have to say, I really agree with all of you, because again, um, you know, the reason why I came up with gentle giantesses to start with is because I wanted to, I wanted people to see that. giants and giantesses um, are not monsters. You know, they can be cruel, yes, but I mean, we have seen we have seen a lot of cruel giantesses lately, and back in the day, oh, that was something uh, that was like quite famous. So I decided to, why not? Let's go for the gentle type. And I do remember that I was one of the first people who came up with that same topic back in the day with this channel. And this channel began to grow really quickly with that video with Alexis, because Alexis is like the star of this channel. She and Clarie, her twin sister, are the stars of this channel. They are like the ones that people love to see them, because they are the two examples of how a gentle giantess can be. Um, and what's even funnier is that they are able to switch, to change their size, um, and they can be really playful as well. But it's not something like, it's not something that unfortunately I've seen, which are giantesses that basically tortures people. That is something I don't want. Um, I try to do a bit of destruction with a cruel giantess on my channel, but I only did one video with that, and I decided to not do it again, because my channel is focused on gentle, sweet giantesses, and uh, that's the choice that I made in the past, because, well, it's 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 more likable for people to enjoy giantesses who are gentle than those who are cruel. Because, for example, gentles are not the ones, for example, they don't hurt people. No, it's not like that. They protect people. And sometimes they get uh, upset, angry when they provoke it. Like, for example, if you look at one video which shows how Alexis was really angry, it shows that gentle giantesses can be angry as well, but they don't they don't do what cruel giantesses do. Um, for example, she instead of stepping on the person, which is something that cruel giantesses would do for the first thing that came to mind. No, she decided to step on her car, which she has powers, like she knows when the car is empty or not. So at that time, she knew that the car was empty. So she did that to give that person an example to not angry Alexis by being rude. For example, she should say, hey, you should be more careful." Of course, in that case, Alexis would be sad and say sorry, like she would apologize. And that's something really shocking, how someone that is several times bigger than you says sorry in apologetic way to someone who is several times smaller. That is something that is like, that would make people go, wow. Because in a way, it shows that giantesses and tinies can live peacefully and in harmony together. So yeah, I understand. I understand that kind of things. Also, here's another thing. when it comes to giantesses, oh, if they grow so big, how they can eat? Well, that's the reason why I have my OCs with size changing. The For example, another thing that I actually don't like it is uh okay, really, have you ever tasted metal? Like, metal does not taste so good. And if we go for a bit of realism, I think that the Giants would be in trouble. Like, seriously. Okay, let's see. It's this stuff like this. Okay, so you're talking about what Cameron said in the past, Alex. Now I notice it. I'm sorry for not noticing on the chat because, well, I was talking about the second topic, which is gentle giantesses. Um, and I have to say, um, I think that if someone would you know digest something that contains metal, I think their stomach would basically be in a lot of trouble. Um, if you guys do not know, there are a lot of metal properties that cars and trucks nowadays have, who are toxic, completely toxic to humans. And giants are basically humans, although they're several times larger, but they're humans. They look like us, or at least that's what I saw on some videos. Uh, would they be okay after eating so many cars? No, and I'm sure that they would at least have a huge stomach. That's one thing, because honestly, that kind of eating cars and trucks, yeah. I feel bad for their health. I feel really bad for their health because that's gonna hurt a lot. Yeah. And here's another thing that you guys may not know, but the tissue, as in the barrier around the stomach, is not a tough one. The tissue of the stomach is thin, like the wall of the stomach is thin, and you know that metals are sharp as a knife or as a sword. So yeah, with that in mind, I feel really bad for the giantess, really bad for her, but oh well. um let's see here. I mean, yes, because I mean, I'm just saying this in a way for people who like cruel giantesses, Rex. I'm not saying this like for the generic of people, but this is my opinion only, as as a fan of gentle giantesses. Okay, so what's the thing that I really like about cruel giantesses? There is one thing that I really like about them, is how they dominate the area. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be total, innocent, because I'm not. I'm not. I like the type of dominating giantesses who destroy tanks by stepping when tanks are trying to hit her. I like that kind of domination because, well, again, maybe it's because I watched Godzilla, like the one that unfortunately was not famous, with American actors, the live action one, yes. Because I really like how Godzilla stepped those cars as if it was nothing. But again, That's only the only reason. Okay, so um, about the third topic. So the third topic will be OCs, and let's start by talking about Alex OCs. Not that one. I mean, Godzilla, like the one from that one that has American actors. Yes, 2014. No, I think it's the old one. It's around the 2000s. Around the 2000s. Or 1996, I'm not sure. Alex knows for sure because he is an expert when it comes to 1998. I'm sure. I think it is that one. I mean, I'm not an expert on Godzilla content because, well, my best buddy Alex, he's the pro at that. He's really cool at that kind of stuff. Okay, let's talk about OCs. And let's talk about OCs because I want you guys to know that OCs are something that. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Yeah. Okay, I'm lost on the chat. I'm really lost. I'm sorry. Can someone explain to me what's going on? Like, like Alex, Cameron, Rex, because right now I'm kind of confused. Is it because of the Godzilla reference that I did, or was it because of another thing? Yeah, but Alex, I mean, no, 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 no. I understand about Godzilla. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But anyways, it's the only one. It's the only one that I came to mind when it comes to live action. If we go for the animation, I mean, in my honest opinion, I strongly prefer the animation version of Godzilla over that one. So yeah, I mean, I'm being honest. Comparing the animation that came after that film, Alex, is like over the top. The difference is tremendous. Like the story, the storyboard in the animation version is way better than the film. Yes, I totally agree with that. But again, I just gave an example, so you don't have to. That's not any matter. I mean, I understand, Alex, but hey, we're I mean, I'm not someone who goes into Godzilla too much like you. I like Godzilla. Yes, I do. But unfortunately, the first film that that came to my mind that I've seen was unfortunately the one that you felt it was a disrespect disrespect to the fans. I didn't know back in the day, and I'm being honest, I didn't know back in the day that Godzilla had a lot better movies. Sorry. I'm going with the British again. Again, I learned English from British, and I know there are some words that in British are saying in one way and the Americans are saying in another. So I need to keep things from American for Americans because, well, just to avoid misunderstandings. Okay. So yeah, like Cameron said, and yes, let's settle down because unfortunately I don't. Yeah, like I don't know the. I mean, Godzilla versus Kong. There are two versions. I know that. I know there's two versions. One that is really old and the new one. But I've never seen those two before. And yes, if I was a Godzilla fan, I would be ashamed. Yes, because I watched it. The first film I watched of Godzilla was the one from the 1998. Uh, because that was the first live action that I've seen before, and I never realized that it was bad comparing to the others. Because in my opinion, it was really good. Because of course I didn't know what I didn't know if it was that bad compared to the others. Of course, I learned it much later after seeing a program who was featuring the anniversary of Godzilla, and that program was all in Portuguese, and I realized that what I saw as what I thought it was the first movie, it was never the first movie. It was there were a lot more older films, and those films were, of course, they were good at the time. Of course, the skills were not the same, but in terms of the storyline, gave a more gave a more prideful prideful uh, prideful glory to Godzilla. Um and after knowing that, after seeing that program, I realized that that same movie from 1998 was really bad because it did not follow it. The canon was like, a side version, or basically a complete what's the word, parody. I think it's called parody when you want to joke about it, but it was really bad because it pissed off a lot of people. Because I know a lot of people love Godzilla, and the animated version. I mean, the animated version is a lot better than the film, because uh, I'm sure that they went a bit more uh, into the original Godzilla. The sad news is that the first Godzilla that was in the film died, and the one that is in the animation is the child that actually survived from the film. So the animation is considered as a sequel for the film. After the film got uh, trashed or thrown to the trash can. So yeah. But I have to say, Godzilla is a really, really amazing character, and I really like it. That sheer power he has. I mean, I began to understand a lot more about Godzilla thanks to Alex, and his knowledge about Godzilla really fascinated me, because you know I really like that kind of stuff. Um, I mean, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry for associating that, but again, I'm being honest. I never knew about the other ones, and I didn't know that this one was so bad in the time. You cannot blame me, because I didn't know about that. Again, those old movies. We're talking. Uh, let's let's think about this, okay? 1998. Back in the day, in Portugal, there was no internet. There was no internet back in the day. So I did not know anything about the past Godzilla movies. The internet only came to Portugal past 2000. So if there were a lot of technology in the America, in USA, in Portugal, there was no such thing. We only realized that we only entered this new era of digitalizing and everything, um, Yeah, and welcome, Canuto. Welcome to the live stream. How are you, man? Anyways, I mean, you have to understand because some people in other countries did not had the same advantage, the same benefits as the Americans had. Uh, okay, Canuto, and I hope you're enjoying this. But again, I'm explaining myself because Portugal was one of the countries that was falling behind when it comes to technology, when it comes to internet. Because I'm a good example at that. In 1998, we didn't have internet in here. So we didn't had internet in here, Alex. This means that I did not know back in the day that Godzilla, the original one that everybody loved and are recognized with as being the first and true Godzilla, is something that only the Japanese back in the day and the Americans had access to. Portugal did not have that access. So how did I came with this film of 1998? Well, that's because of one channel called TVI. TVI is a Portuguese channel, and this channel had a friendly commercial with the American films, and they gave this film of Godzilla in Portugal with subtitles in Portuguese. They did not make a dub version in Portuguese because in here in Portugal it's not the same as in Brazil, because some people do make dub versions of the movie. In Portugal, we don't do that. When it comes to live actions from American movies, we keep the original language, but then we have the Portuguese subtitles. And back in the day, when I saw that giant monster, I was like, "Whoa, awesome! Look at that power!" And I was really amazed with that. Of course, since his previous were released in your country and eaters in the past, while he weren't. I mean, Alex. Alex. I have to say you're wrong. You're wrong because you're talking about. I mean, if you go for the internet, yes, you're true. But about my claiming, when it comes to the region where I live, it's not. It's not a false. It's not a lie. It is true. The reason why is because, for example, allow me to explain this. You know that USA has a lot of states. Yeah, Portugal is like that. But instead of having states, we have something that is smaller than a state. It's called region. So there are regions who are more benefit. We have more benefits when it comes to technology, when it comes to movies, more access to those movies than in other regions, than in other states. In Portugal, that happened. In 1998, when that film was released, in the south where I live, we did not have internet back in the day because this region only received internet after 2001. So, my God, we had to wait like 3 years until we began to see the internet in here. So, we had to wait 3 years. And and back in the day, we did not know because the Portuguese channels had no access to the original Japanese Godzilla movies. We did not have that kind of movies in here because again, copyrights and stuff. Yeah, the copyrights rules were still active there, so we had no choice but to basically watch what they were showing, and we didn't have any access to see what was behind the curtain. And uh, and in Algarve, which is the south region, is called the poorest. Yes, it's not a joke. It is poor, like really poor. Nowadays, it is even poorer because, again, what's going on. But unfortunately, it does not only affect here, it affects the entire globe. So we cannot say, oh, it's because of the disease. No. That would be like that would be insulting all the other countries who are suffering. So we cannot say that. But before this happened, the region was only known because of the beaches, and only because of that. And we only began to enter in the um well, yeah, Alex, and I have to say I feel bad, but hey, you cannot blame me for something that in the past I did not know. You cannot blame me for something that I did not had access to. Look, I did not know that Godzilla was way before 1998 until you have said so. It's true, Alex, until you have said so. Because back in the day, I did not know. So if you think about it, like we have been together for like what, for 4 years, maybe 5 years now, which is really good, really awesome. That's the best thing about friendships is because even if we argue or agree with each other, we stick together as best buddies as always. So yeah, that is really cool because there are a lot of things that I did not know, and you still have a lot more knowledge than I do when it comes to certain topics like this one. And I really appreciate that because it means that you know a lot more than I do, and that's really awesome because that allows me to learn a lot more from you, and that's really awesome because it allows me to have a better perspective about things that in the past I thought it was right, but nowadays it's not. Yes, but again, Alex, if you have seen like the start of the stream, we already began with the first topic, and the first topic was about Cameron, which I think we already passed that. And the second topic was about gentle giantesses, which I think we already did that. And now we're on the third topic, which is mistakes that I did in the past, which are learning from the present and still learning for the future. Which is something that I always love, which is learning new stuff because that allows me to better understand what others said. Um, yes, Alex, but again, as I said on the first topic, I don't want to repeat myself about this, but anyways, let me repeat it again for you to understand. Since you have, I'm not sure if you actually entered in the first topic, but allow me to explain. I don't like to kick out everyone. I don't like to ban anyone. Alex, I understand, and I said this to Cameron. You're a good person, and and I was defending you. If you see the first topic, like, just push, just push the stream back, and please look at it, because I'm defending you. And as your best buddy, I know you better than Cameron does. I mean, we have been together for all this time. And of course, we have argues and all, but hey, we have been together all this time, so we know each other much better than Cameron knows about us. So yeah, as I know more about you, I I decided to defend you, because I don't think of you as a bad person, because you're not. You're not. And trust me, sometimes I even said, Cameron, that sometimes we have bad days. And when it comes to bad days, oh boy, we do tend to get our heads a bit too hot. And we do tend to say things that we don't want to say it, but we're just so stressful and so angry that we just say it now anyways. um although you need to be careful when it comes to do that, and it's the same for Cameron. uh, because yeah, in a way it's my fault, because again, I did not share it with Cameron or with a lot of people here about OCs, and I was talking about that for the fourth topic, but oh well. I ended up being stuck on the third topic. Um, Cameron, please, please, just chill out, because calm down, because again, I'm going to talk about the fourth topic, which is the OC. So let's get started with it. Okay, OCs. So each OC is completely different. And what means OC? OC means original character. And original characters are characters that comes from our imagination, from the things we like the most, or the things, excuse me, or the things we don't like the most, for villains, for rivals, or anything. Okay, so um I see. I see, Alex. Hmm. Anyways, again, about those Cs. Each person, when they create that kind of Cs, they, if they want to make that OC iconic, they work on anything. Uh, like, they work um on the appearance, on the aspects, like the attributes, as in the likes, dislikes, hobbies, if they have, uh jobs, if they have, I mean, anything that you can come up with. And you can make that OC like a superhero, or a god, or a normal person, or even some weird guy. I mean, your imagination is the one that can create and manipulate those characters, you see, and can shape those characters, in either make them better or make them worse, depending on the aspect, or depending on what ideas you have for your characters. So with this topic, when it comes to OCs, we're going to talk about not only my OCs, but Alex's. Okay, so what brings our OCs together? The first thing that comes to my mind is how they complement themselves. Like they are like links that they attach to one another. Like, have you seen about gears from the clocks? When they work so well together, that's the same thing for ROCs. The reason why is because each OC is completely different, but when we place them all together, even with those differences, they make the difference, as in, they make things better. Like, being different is great because they learn from one another and they get better all together. That's what ROCs are capable of. And Alex made a great job by strengthening this point with the biographies that he did, to which I cannot thank him enough for what he did, because again, yes, I had some help, but he did most of the job. Like, he did a lot of that. And if you guys want, I can share the biography of the characters that he did, so you guys can see and understand a bit better the reason why, for example, why Alexis and Clary are so attached to Jenny, why Jenny is so attached to them as a mother, and what they like and not like, so that whenever you want to do some some fan picture, at least to understand them, because again, it's not like it's not something that you should do. Like, for example, you pick up a character and you do whatever you want, but if that character isn't yours, you need to first understand that character. That's I mean, I'm not a person who's incredibly attached to my OCs, although although I would defend them if something would go wrong, um, like Alex did. And although I have to say that Alex was a bit too rough with that defense. And as for me, I would do the same, yes, but using different words, because I don't want to, to take down someone. And I know that Alex does not want that. But unfortunately, the way that someone would criticize can be can turn against you. You see? So, for example, I'm doing a live stream right now, so I need to pick up my words carefully. But the same would be if I was offline, like outside of my live stream. I would need to be extremely careful with the words I choose. The reason why is because I want the other person to see the point that I'm trying to give, and not make them feel like, being scared or afraid, or thinking that I'm a hater or a complete joke. So I need to be careful with the words I choose, whether I'm doing on live stream or not. So yeah, um, I'm saying this because again, I want you all to know that Alex is not a bad person, and he cannot be a bad person when he did so much for not only for his OCs, but for a lot of OCs, not just mine, but also others from the same group that we are together. I mean, I can't bring myself and say, no, Alex is a bad guy. No, no, I cannot bring myself to that. I cannot. I need to be honest with myself. And I need to be honest with my best buddy as well. That's why I'm saying that what he does, what he did, what he is going to do with either his OCs and my OCs together, um, is always for the best. And I know it's always for the best because we always think what's best for them and not for us, because we're not selfish. We don't we don't make our OCs like super powerful to a point that they are invincible. No, we make them, we make them feel more human. Like even if they have that incredible power, they have strong moments, but they also have weak moments. Moments that they feel fragile. And trust me, even giants do feel fragile. And sometimes they need a cheer up from a tiny. And that's exactly what happens with my OCs and his OCs. Sometimes they need a cheer up. And sometimes they need someone to defend them. Uh, even if sometimes that defense can be a little too far. I know that because, well, I used to be like that back in the past. Trust me, nowadays I'm more, more controlled. Uh, Back in the day, I wasn't. Oh boy, anyone would who would pick up on. Yes, true, Rex, true. I mean, back in the day, if anyone would suddenly pick up my character and say that it belongs to them, who boy, I would be pissed. Oh boy, I would be angry. I would be angry, and I would close my fist, and then I would say that again. Say that again. That's how I was back when I was a teenager. Yeah, I was a hothead. Trust me, I was a hothead back in the day. Nowadays, no. I just take things like, let it flow, let it go. As in, go with the flow. You see, go with the flow. Take it easy. Go with the flow. That's how I am nowadays. Because the start when I started this channel, if you guys know, one of the things that really angered me, and still does, but not as much as in the past, because nowadays I know how to solve that kind of issue, is unfortunately the type of persons that Alex knows really well, because me and I have witnessed it a lot of times like that. And he even did a great job by warning me about such people who were stealing my videos, my animations, for their own profit, as in to making their channels better and to basically point those videos as theirs. And those channels were deleted by YouTube, to which I really appreciate it, because again, that's considered stealing, because you're basically taking things from other people without their permission. So with that example, it's not the same as a fan. For example, a fan, a true fan, uh, goes like this: picks up a character that they like the most, and they draw the character, keeping that character as it is, because you want to glorify that character. You want that character um, to be unique. For example, I love Batman. I prefer Batman over Superman. Although I really enjoy the animated version of Superman, um, more than the live action, because it's more, that Superman was more human and less God. You see, if a character has more humanity than, superhero like Batman, then that is a much better character. But that's my opinion only. I don't want people who love Superman to go after me. I don't want that. This is just my opinion only. Uh, and I give this. Hmm? I understand, Alex. That's why I went back into that topic. Okay, so we're now on another topic about the seas, and I'm explaining things so that Cameron and the others can see our point of view. So please calm down, Alex. Okay, thank you, my best buddy. Because I know you're frustrated. I understand, but hey, I cannot, honestly, I cannot go that way. You see, Alex, I cannot go that way, because if I go that way, yes, I would feel happy, like being able to defend my best buddy, but I would also regret, you see, and I don't want to make that choice. I don't want to make that choice. I want to keep it neutral, you see, like this. I want to keep neutral. I cannot go bending from one side always or to another side always. I prefer the middle path. Like, yes, benefit one and benefit the other. I prefer going on the middle because that avoids a lot of conflicts, and I don't want conflicts. No one does want that, because again, this channel was not meant for conflicts. This channel was meant to make people enjoy. So that's the main objective of this channel. It's not about subscribers. Like, I could this channel could be like 100 100,000 subscribers, and boy, if I would receive the silver plate from YouTube, the first thing I would do was basically would be basically uh doing a live stream, showing the plate, and uh and thanking everyone, and of course giving some special thanks to the people I'm most closed to. But anyways, yes, but Alex, I agree with you. Yes, yes, I agree with you. But I agreed I agreed about that. Yes, yes, I cannot say no, because that would be lying to myself. Yes, I do agree with things that you said there. Yes, I do. But the reason how the reason why I didn't like so much was the words you choose. That's what I said. You went a bit too far. A bit too far. And I'm not exaggerating. You really did a bit too far. Because honestly, when I was really angry or frustrated with you, I went a bit too far as well. I cannot say that I didn't, because, well, I would be lying to myself as well. Again, it's called mistakes, and we all do mistakes, Alex. We're not perfect, and I can never be perfect, nor anyone. But trust me, even with my imperfections, I try to do my best. And I mean, it's impossible, unfortunately. It's impossible to please everybody. You cannot please everybody. You cannot. You cannot. And I cannot please everybody. There will be always someone who dislikes my works. There will be always some person who comes here.
and says some stupid things in the comments. There will be always people like that. But the most important thing is that you can never, but never, give ears or eyes to those people, because most of them are jealous, are people who are jealous of our stuff. And you're welcome, because, well, I went for you, Alex. As a best buddy, I defend you, yes, but I want to make my defense not being too far. You see, I want to keep myself in the middle. That's why I went with those C's for the fourth topic, and let's go for the fifth topic about. Let's see, the fifth topic will be about that kind of. I understand, Alex. I did a sarcasm. That's something. Okay, here's the thing for people who don't know about sarcasm. Sarcasm is something that adults do, and kids don't understand these kind of points. And what's sarcasm? Sarcasm is, for example, when you want to say thank you to someone, but inside you you're not saying thank you, or you're saying one word when in fact you're saying something when in fact it's not what you really mean. That's what calls sarcasm. I don't like to do this, although I was forced to do it. Just to give you an example, um, is it? Do I like to use sarcasm? No, I don't. I hate sarcasm. I hate sarcasm because welcome, Germany. Welcome to the live stream. How are you, man? I hate sarcasm because of one thing. That's the perfect way to lose trust. Yes, to lose trust of someone. Sarcasm can be deadly to a point that can destroy friendships. I mean, building friendships is easy. Maintaining them is harder than you think. Good point, Alex. Good point. That's actually kind of. Oh, really? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. It seems that my connection suddenly went down, so I needed to fix it ASAP. So I'm really, really sorry. Um, uh, I'm really sorry for what happened back there, and I'm really sorry for the long wait, because again I had to fix it. So yeah, I noticed it that Alex. I noticed it about thanks Cameron. Thanks Rex. I noticed it that joke, and it was kind of funny one, because I thought like, oh my gosh, is the entire country like Germany is much bigger than Portugal, and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, is everyone in Germany watching this live stream? Because honestly, I'm a very shy person. You see, because when I go, like, for example, when I see too many people on a live stream, I tend to be really shy, you see. Uh, that's something that, well, it happens. Um, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay, guys? Is the live stream not going well? I think the live stream is working. Yeah, the live stream is working. Your stream died again. Wait. Uh. Wait. Did the stream? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Um. Hold on. Can you guys? Can you guys hear me? Or do you? Do? Can you guys hear me? Let's see here. Okay, guys. The stream. Okay. Okay. So let me just. Okay, so is it happening right now? As in, cutting up, like, as in right now? Let me check on my laptop right away, um, because I want to see the same as you guys are seeing because I'm using my tablet and from what I'm receiving here is that the stream is going okay, but oh, okay. Thanks, Cameron. But if you guys are having issues with the live stream, please let me know because I'm now going to open YouTube and getting into the live stream right now so that um I can see because again I'm using a different card this time because the internet from the last one ended up at midnight. It's already 9 minutes passing past midnight in my country. So yeah. So where is the stream? There you go. Okay, let's see, let's have a look to see if everything is okay before we continue with the topic. With the third topic. No, with the third topic. No, with the fifth topic. Um. Okay, there you go. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I can see it now. I'm seeing the stream like you guys like I'm watching it on YouTube right now and it seems like yes there are a slight like a slight delay on the stream, like a really slight delay on the stream for someone who's watching it and I'm not seeing any cuttings during the stream here. But if you guys see it, please let me know because I want you all to enjoy the live stream with no issues like that one. So yeah, the reason why the reason why the stream was cut off in the middle was because my previous internet card ran out of battery, basically, and and after that, I was forced to trade it to a new card and test it out. Thank goodness I don't have to place any passwords or any codes there because it's instant. Just insert the card and there you go. Internet on. So yeah, I have to say about the joke with Germany. That's really awesome. I love it. I love it that joke because it's a good one. It's a really good one because when you think about Germany, the first thing that comes to your mind is the country, and there's a lot of people in Germany, a lot more than in Portugal, like a lot more. I think it's like the same as combining Portugal and Spain, if not a bit more than just that. Because the country, the Germany, I can see the map, and the territory is a lot bigger than Portugal and Spain combined. So yeah, that's a lot of people watching. If they were watching the live stream, of course, YouTube is not tricking me and saying that there's only 4 people watching, and I'm really shy. Yes, I'm a shy person. When it comes to a lot of people, I tend to be really shy, and most of the time I do like this. I piss the hood like this, and please don't see me. Please don't see me. Yeah, I'm much like that. In real life, I'm a very shy person. I'm not, you know, this open. And yeah, uh, that's how I am in real life. Is that I'm a very shy person, and I basically wear a hood most of the time, and and whenever someone is saying, "Hey, you're a YouTuber, you're that YouTuber," uh, Alex, are you trying to speak Portuguese or Spanish? Or are you trying to mix them both with English? Because honestly, I didn't get that one. Sorry. Yeah, I'm being honest. I didn't get that one comment. Oh, oh, good. Oh, who would have thought you speak German too, Alex? That's awesome. I only say I can only say two words in Germany, which is thank you and goodbye in Germany. In German, basically. Uh oh. Oh, that's a cool thing, Alex, about you. Hmm, awesome. You're part German. Wait a second. That means that you have descendants. Your descendants are Europeans. Would have thought. Awesome. Yeah. Um, really awesome. That's an interesting, really interesting, a really interesting. What's the word? Come on. What's the word? I know the word. It's funny. My brain, whenever I want to speak English, my brain sometimes blanks. And when I want to type down, my brain is totally. Okay, German and Irish. Ooh, now that's an interesting combination. Really interesting. Because the descendants of Irish are Celtics, and the Germans ancestors, the ancestors of Irish, are Celtics, and the ancestors of Germans were barbarians. No, wait a second, Saxons. Yes, the Saxons. Uh, the Saxons or the Teutons, because Teutons were also barbarians from Germany. So yeah, that is actually a really interesting combo. Having ancestors from both countries. That's awesome, Alex. That's a really interesting fact about your past, and that's really awesome. That explains the blonde hair and the bluish eyes. Oh, bem-vindo, André! Salve! Welcome, André. Welcome to the live stream. How are you, man? Bem-vindo, André. Como estás? Okay, so let's see here. Um, yes, actually, the blonde hair and the bluish eyes are actually traits from the Norways. As in the Norways, sorry. I mean Norways. I'm sorry, it's not Norways. It's traits from barbarians like the Teutons, like the Saxons. But it's a cool thing because blue eyes. Um, People who have blue eyes are best known uh for being people who are kind, true to like true to the soul. That's that's how I understand with people with blue eyes. But that's the definition of the blue eyes. People who are kind, understandable, uh yeah, I don't want to go there, Alex, because the reason why is because that kind of topic is kind of blocked on YouTube. So here, yeah, I cannot speak about it. So I'm really, really, really sorry, Alex. Though it is true, it is a very, very sad truth. It is a horrible fact. Indeed, I cannot deny that because, again, that's a horrible fact of Germany's history. One that Germany cannot deny, one that the entire world cannot deny, because it happened. Although I cannot say the word, nor I can pronounce it on live stream. The reason why is, again, YouTube's policy. I cannot say this. Although, thank you for giving that. Oh, I didn't know about that. Alex Florak. So Florak is actually German. Does it has a translation, Alex? That's really cool. Didn't know that you had your last name was in German. That's another is interesting fact. But yeah, I need to be extremely careful when it comes to fiery topics like that. And when I mean fiery topics, I mean topics that can cause rebellion between people or between communities, and I don't want that. Again, this channel is meant to to join people in whatever country you're in, no matter how dark your country's history has been, because again, the new generation, as in we are the new generation, we're not responsible for the things that our ancestors did. We're kind of innocent in some way, although some people do tend to support some methods of thinking that the ancestors used to have, which some of those topics or some of those knowledges or wisdoms of the past were not the right ones, because it's thanks to those wisdoms and topics that caused the conflicts, that caused the war, that that now is not so, you know, not so noticeable on the news because of the disease. Um, I cannot say the word. Again, YouTube, which is strict policies, I have to obey them, whether I like it or not. But yeah, I have to do that. Oh, I mean, you can share it here, Alex. Like sure thing, but again, I cannot go like like straight to the point, like express myself towards that, like in the word itself. Oh, you can't. Wait, as in you can't send the link, right? Oh, ok, André, isso foi bom. Isso foi bom. Mas é o seguinte, um, just a moment, guys. Don't worry. I'm going to translate. I'm going to translate what. I'm going to translate what Andre said here, and let's see here. So Andre is saying that Portugal is like he's the father of Brazil. Well, I cannot say it's wrong. Yes, true. Portugal is responsible uh, for Brazil to what Brazil is nowadays. Yes, it is in some way. Although it's not, Portugal is not responsible for what happened next. For example, the rebellion that the Brazilians had did not had the Portuguese approval. The reason why is because Portuguese did not want to 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 take off of Brazil, uh, because Brazil belonged to the Portuguese Empire back in the day, and the people you know with power and titles did not want to give up on those for the Brazilians to have their freedom. So for Brazil to have the freedom in a way that it has nowadays, it's thanks to other rivals of Portugal, um, like not Poland, Netherlands, and the French. Because again, they were rivals of Portugal, and they wanted to make, in a way, the empire, the Portuguese Empire, weaken, weak, weaker. So they decided to. Uh, there are facts, there are documents about this, that they supported the rebellions, and they supported in a way the Brazilians in order to have their Independence Day. But again, that's that's one problem. That's one problem that does not affect us, like the actual generation. That's a problem that affected our ancestors. Does it affect directly to us? No. What was you saying about OCs? Um, I mean, I've said a lot of things about OCs, Cameron. So yeah. Um, Respondendo à tua pergunta, André, eu jogava a bola quando era miúdo, quando era puto. Ahm, e gostava de jogar à bola. Ahm, Só que à maneira que fui crescendo, fui ficando mais velho, ah, deixei de jogar à bola porque já não havia equipa. As pessoas, os rapazes que jogavam comigo também começaram a trabalhar e então não dava tempo para, não havia tempo para jogar a bola. E assim, pronto, o grupinho que nós fazíamos, olha, nós jogávamos a meio da tarde e íamos jogando a bola até cair à noite. E às vezes até jogávamos durante a noite, vê lá tu. Okay, let me just translate what I said to Andre, including his question. Hey Pedro, have you sometimes played football or soccer with with your friends? Yes or no? Yes, I had. The reason why is because when I was a teenager or a kid, I used to play soccer with my friends until when I got older and when I began to be around 16 years old, somewhere around there. Um, I no longer had time to play soccer with my friends, and they also did not had any time because of school works, and the fact that some of those friends are away, like away, really away, and I no longer see them, and I cannot see them in person uh because of the disease, because I'm forbidden to cross outside of my county until new orders from the government. But that's another thing that I don't want to discuss about it. Okay, so oh, greetings, Makumba, and welcome back, Dragon. How are you, Makumba? I'm sorry, I cannot speak Polish. Or Polish, no, Polska. Polska, I think it's. Wait a second. Polska is Poland in Polish. Okay, so Polish uh is their language. I'm really sorry, Makumba. I'm really sorry, but go again. YouTube does not have Google Traductor. I'm really really sorry, Makumba. I really know. I only know the Polish word Poland, which is Polska, because I watch soccer on television. I love the Poland's hymn. That's really awesome, and I really like the hymns of the countries. They're really cool. It's uh, it's a way to show respect to a country. It's one of the identities of such country. So I'm really sorry if I cannot speak every language, because well, that's kind of impossible for me. Because I know some words, and that's one of my talents. Is that I'm able to learn other languages. I just need some time to get used to that. Although it's not hard to learn Polish. It's not hard because I do understand the words. Like, I see the words. And as long as I see the words, it's not like Russian. Russian is much harder. I cannot see the words. The way they write down the words, I cannot see them. So it's much harder for me to understand. But for Polish, however, I can understand one word on another because it's easy for a Portuguese to understand them. I mean, it's easy because you can see the words, even if you don't know what they're saying, but you can see the words. Like, I can see the G, the D, the Z, the I, the A. I can see those words. As long as I can see those words, it's easy for me to to catch up to what the person is saying. The same goes for Turkish. I can understand what they're saying, but for example, Canuto is giving a wonderful example of Russian. I know this is Russian because I've seen it before. Um, but that's basically it. I can recognize the writing, but I cannot translate it. Yes, it is confusing, Cameron, because well, it depends from culture to culture. It's completely different. Um, but again, I'm really fascinating I'm fascinated on these countries, which used to be one country only. They Poland. Uh, what's the other ones? It was Poland, Ukraine. There's another country. Uh, there were other countries that belonged to Russia until they had their independency day. Uh, I cannot say more about that because unfortunately, that dependency, that independency, Czech Republic. I don't think so because Czech Republic. I do remember that Czech Republic was had another it had another it was not it was not a country that belonged to Russia. It had another. I think it was Hungary. Makumba, be careful with those words. I'm going to remove your message. I'm really sorry. YouTube does not allow it. Be careful with the words you choose on the. Yeah, be careful with the words you choose on the chat, please, because YouTube is strict as hell. YouTube is strict as hell. So you need to be extremely careful with the words you choose there, and I need to be extremely careful with the words I choose on the stream. Um. So yeah, you're welcome. It's okay, Makumba, but thank you for understanding. So yeah, I mean, there is this kind of fascinating about story overall, is because in each generation, people think differently. For example, it's amazing because we think, oh, the generation is much older. No, generation is much closer than you think. We call in here in Portugal generation 20 years. A generation is 20 years in Portugal. This means that we are like, the new generation, but we have another new generation that is already behind us. And this new generation will have knowledge that we don't even know. And this kind of knowledge will always have conflicts. And this is the core, like the deep reason around everything, around the reason why our countries are so different, why the cultures are so different, why the revolutions happened, why the each person in their country want their country to be the best, at least I mean, to want it to be the best when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to to education, like schools and stuff. That's natural. But with each generation, this kind of thinking becomes more and more evident. The reason why is because teenagers, the new generations, will always have conflicts with the oldest generations. It's something that history has shown it does. That's why there is a famous word that it says history repeats itself. The reason why is because of this. The cycle is never ending because the new generations will always have conflicts with their ancestors. There will always be conflicts. So what's what's the yeah, but let me just end this topic with one phrase that is uh try to conciliate, as in try to keep uh you know try to understand in a way your ancestors, because the knowledge we have nowadays is something that our ancestors never had. So you need to understand the time they lived. You need to understand the previous generation in order for you to understand that their knowledge is completely different than the knowledge that we have nowadays. Unfortunately, some people doesn't understand this. That's why there's so many conflicts, sadly. Okay, and with this, we end this topic. Let's go ahead and get into the chat to see what's going on here. Hmm. I do. I do understand. I do think he understands Cameron. I do think because again, uh, he's not a bad person. Hey, he's not a bad person, Cameron. He's not a bad person. He's not a bad person. He's a good person, and trust me. Once you know him better, you'll see that he's much of a cool guy, and he's much of a kind person than you think he is. Unfortunately, on the video that you did about him. Uh, so yeah, I strongly suggest you to first know him better before you come with judgments. That's why I always say that I don't want to judge someone by appearance. You can never judge someone by appearance, or just because there was a comment that was a bit too rough to digest or to understand. But again, you need to know the person before you can come up with any judgments like that. I do have that kind of situation, but it's not about YouTubers or about artists. It's about another thing, but I don't want to talk about it because, well, if I say the word, that's gonna be like hell in this chat, and I don't want to talk about it because it's something that everybody agrees, but it's also one that places this chat in hell. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that. um. Okay. So yeah. But honestly, Cameron, I think that in my opinion only, you should understand Alex better. And I mean, you did well in apologizing. You did well at saying all right. I mean, I look at you and I see myself when I was a teenager. Look, I'm being honest. I look at you as I was as a teenager. A guy who wanted so much attention, who's always saying, "Hey, watch my channel. Hey, I do cool stuff. Please watch me." I used to be like that. I used to be like that. I'm no longer like that because, again, I'm older, yes, but I learned it from those mistakes. I learned them, and that's part of being mature. So you don't have to feel bad about it, Cameron. You should take this as a lesson because I take it every day. I take lessons. Ooh, I take lessons every day, and those lessons make you feel more matured, and that's really awesome because it's thanks to to those hardships that you manage to survive that will give you, like, strength to uh, to be an example to others. That's the same thing for Alex, for me, and for everybody else. We take hardships every day, but if we survive them, we can actually be a great example to everybody else. And allow me to give you guys a really cool example of that. You do remember that when I shared a picture of Rackwell, everybody began to say that I'm an art thief, that I'm using somebody else's artwork, and that caused quite the disturbance. And this is the new topic. It's about that. When it comes to, you know to someone who does an artwork of Rackwell, uh, in my case, it's Rackwell, and that artwork happens to be similar in a way to an artwork, or identical to an artwork that another artist did. This is a problem because if something like that happens, the first thing you need to do is not talk back. It's not. What do I say with this? It's not like, like, do not type down. Do not argue with those people. Show them wrong by giving them proof that you're an artist. That's basically what I did. I felt so furious when they say that I was an art thief, when I'm not, and I proved them wrong in a few moments. And Alex knew about that because I was showing him everything, and he was there to witness all of it. And I was constantly talking to him on private on Discord, saying I'm going to make them pay for misjudging me the way they did. And and Alex, of course, he's saying that's true because he knows I was so angry because I was being misjudged. And trust me, when a YouTuber who has these many followers being misjudged, if you don't do something, if you don't act right away, you're going to have people at you. You're going to have a when was that? That was like what, last year maybe, Alex. I'm not sure, but I think it was last year, or was it 2 years ago? 2019, probably. I'm sure. I know that if I go for, yes, yes, and trust me, I did a video that showed my progress, like the entire step of the artworks that I did. Yes, I'm serious, Garrett. Of course, I don't joke with this kind of stuff. I'm not joking. I had this kind of yes. I think so too, Alex. But if I look at the at the video, I know for sure that at that time it was the time that I finished the picture and I placed it every step that I did in that video. And at the end of it, I prove everyone wrong, and everybody was seeing that I'm a serious artist, and I have proof for that. Because if you wanted to have credibility, you need to have proof of your worth. And as an artist, I felt that my pride as an artist, because, well, of course, I'm not completely innocent. I have some pride as being an artist. So I had to defend my title. I had to defend my honor, because my channel, everything that I was fighting for, everything that I wanted for people to enjoy, was at risk at that same day. And I had to do something. And if you, when your channel is in trouble like that, if someone accuses you wrongly, the first thing you need to do is not talk back by typing down. That will never solve things. The only way to solve this kind of issues is that you need to prove them wrong. Like, for example, if I would go nowadays, I would look at Cameron and say, "Hey, Cameron, that artwork is an artwork done by another. You're stealing someone." Cameron, of course, would feel like, "What? Are you serious? You're. I've been following you. You've been following me, and now you're calling me an art thief." It would be like that. It would be like he would be feeling like heartbroken, but not in my case. I wouldn't feel heartbroken. I would feel angry, yes, but I would receive a lot more of determination to get an artwork done with the current skills I have, and show them, like giving them a proof that they cannot yes, but Alex, for example, even if he had done that, I'm sure that he would be able to prove everyone wrong, like if he wants to, like like how I did. I was determined to prove them wrong. They were calling me an art thief back in the day. And if I didn't do that back in the day, Alex, you do realize that my channel would be in trouble and my good name would be at risk, because people will no longer trust me. And that, as a YouTuber, as an artist, and as a person who gives, you know, the content that everybody loves to see. If you want to defend your honor, if you want to defend your name, you have to fight for it. Like, if someone dares to go against me, I would have to fight for it, to fight for my honor, to fight for my name, because it's not being selfish. It's not being selfish. It's a way to it's a way to protect something that I did, that I continue to do for others. I did this as a way of selflessness. That's different. Because by defending my name, by defending what I do, I was defending those who were supporting me, and those who would follow after that. Um, so yeah, sometimes there will be people that will do that, Cameron. Trust me. That's that's something you need to be prepared of. And if someone comes at you like how they come at me, and if someone would come at Alex, instead of doing what you did, which is doing that video, I understand that you did that. But again, if you want to prove someone wrong, You you really need to show some proof. Like, you have to test your skills, like put yourself to the test. That's what I did. That's what I do every single day whenever I'm doing some works, or whenever I'm doing some 3D animation, when I'm doing some digital artworks. I'm putting myself to the test because I want to get better, to prove myself as an artist, and to prove that what I do is not for me. It's not for me. It's not for myself. It's not for the good of the channel, but for the good of all who supports the channel, with no exception. And that's basically, but that's, anyways, that's my point of view. Okay, Rex, I do have to go soon as well, but I want to thank you for being here, Rex, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And please stay safe, okay, man? Thank you for being here. So yeah, stay safe, man. And let's see more more comments here. Uh yeah. I don't want to go there, Alex, because uh I cannot say if Cameron has a good name or not. I cannot say that. I cannot say that. I can say that he needs some work on his skills. Yes, he does. And do I believe he's going to be able to improve himself, like to improve his skills in artworks? Yes, I do believe, because everybody is capable of doing that. Uh, well, I did brought this topic, Alex, because I want people to know that there will always be someone who will always try to put you to the test, and some of those people are unfortunately people who are rude, um, and you have to be ready. Um, yeah, but Cameron, I don't have anything against you. Like, seriously, I don't have anything against you. The only thing that I feel that you should really consider is the fact of, not always promoting your channel on my live streams, and try to enjoy the live stream like everyone else. Because, well, the purpose of my live stream is not constantly promoting other channels. Otherwise, my live stream would be, boring, because I'm just advertising every single channel on YouTube, and there's millions of channels here, and I could never do that in just, 2 hours or 3 hours. That's a bit too much, you see. So I can never do that. I can, of course, advertise one channel or another to help people out. Yeah, I can do that because I'm not selfish. I can help out other small channels to grow. Yeah, I can do that. But Yeah, yeah. I mean, but it's impossible. It's impossible for me to advertise every single channel. I cannot do that. No one can. No one can. Not even the biggest YouTuber in YouTube, like the most famous channel in all YouTube. I'm sure that he can't do that even in 3 hours. I mean, that would be a mission impossible. That would be a mission impossible. So, yeah. Do I like to advertise other channels? Yes, if they are needed. Like, if they are small, if they need some help, yes, I can help out. But I do that one time or two times. More than that, I don't do. Because again, I need to focus on what I do because that's exactly why people are here. Because they want to see the stuff that I do, the stuff that I work on, and of course, they are going to comment about the stuff that I do and not the stuff that others do. Because again, what others do, that's on their channels, not on my channel. Um, so yeah. Um It's okay, Cameron. Please, it's okay. I'm totally fine. I'm just letting you know this because again, it's just it's just to make sure it's just to make sure that, for example, you're lucky that I'm a cool guy. You see, you're lucky that I'm a cool guy, and I'm a very patient guy that can understand about that kind of situations because some other people would not think twice before banning you after doing the same thing 2 days 3 days straight. uh so yeah, as for me, I'm totally fine. That's why I am patient, always warning about always warning and advising people not to do that kind of stuff often, because again, YouTube does not allow it because it's a way for YouTube to protect the host. In this case, me. I'm the host of the live stream. And that would be the same thing for any other hosts on YouTube or outside of YouTube, because I'm sure that in other websites of people doing live streams, for example, on Twitch, Twitch does have the same policy. It's to protect the host, and to make sure that people are watching the host or and the host content. So yeah, uh, that's policies for you, uh, for the websites and all. And as a YouTuber, I must oblige to those. Otherwise, I receive zero. Because well, if I don't follow the rules, my channel will go bye bye. Yeah. Anyways, uh that's basically how things work in a simple way. You follow the rules, you're okay. You don't follow the rules, you're done for. Simple as that. And I think that's all for the topics. Man, we discussed a lot of topics here, and we had a lot of activity on the chat, to which I want to thank you all for that. Um, this was interesting. I love this kind of chat times. I love this, and also I wish I could share this with you guys, but let me just give you little sneak peek on the artwork that I'm working on. The and once I get a new desktop, unfortunately, I'm not going to get one anytime soon. A lot of a lot of rough situations happened. So yeah. Okay, let me just switch the camera. This is what I'm doing so far. I'm sorry for the bad quality. If you guys can see it. Oh, and by the way, this is a. I'm sorry for the bad quality. I promise that the next stream I do with my computer will be a lot better. So yeah, and there you go. This is how it looks right now, and yeah. Uh, I'm really sorry for the screen there. Yeah, but don't worry. I'll let you guys know on the community section of my channel. I'll let you guys know with a very high quality of this picture so that you guys can see. So yeah, yeah, and I'll try to get this picture work with more updates. Again, I haven't been able to do much because of school and everything. I understand. I mean, it's really tough because I really love to do artworks like this, and I really love to do 3D animation. But even now, today I tried to go again with Miku Miku Dance, and nope, it just didn't work so well. Didn't work so well. Sure, Cameron, you can. And what's next? I mean, I've tried to work on a bit more on the artwork, but sadly, it seems that oh, weird. I never noticed that the oh, weird. Hmm. Didn't notice this one. Ah, it's okay. I thought it was. Nah, it's okay. Ah, it's okay. I was looking at something on the screen here, but no, it's totally fine. Yeah, it's still fine. So yeah, I tried to get something done here, like trying to get some 3D animation done, but Make Dance on my laptop. I mean, I tried to like lessen the the immense quantity of information that is inside my laptop, but it didn't work. Uh, Continued the same thing. So yeah, uh, this is getting really tough, and it lags a lot whenever I want to review what I've done. It doesn't work like it doesn't it doesn't move without lag, even without being on live stream. So that's how serious this is. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream right now. I want to thank you all for being here. And Cameron, if you want to tell your little secret, you can tell it on the comments down below, because right now I'm going to end the live stream. So for those who participate on the channel, on the chat, thank you so much. For those who are watching the live stream, thank you so much for doing so. Hope you guys stay safe. Everyone else, everyone with no exceptions, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Again, if you go outside, don't forget to you know to think not only for yourselves but also for your loved ones, because we have to keep ourselves safe. If we want a brighter future, we have to do that. Anyways, thank you so much, Cameron, for the message of best wishes for me and my family. I wish the same thing for yours as well. I wish the same thing for Alex's family, and I wish everything for everyone's family with no exceptions. Because nowadays we really need to think about each other's, and we really need to make sure that everyone is safe and sound, especially the ones we care most about. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for um for being here, and until next time, stay safe, take care, peace. Thank you so much, guys. Later.